game because, I mean, nobody practices triple options multiple times throughout the season. And, I mean, it just helps out so much getting that extra work early.
Jordan, now losing to these guys last year for the first time, any of you guys experienced it, I guess, and living with it for a year, does that kind of give you an appreciation for how big this, how intense this rivalry is?
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. I mean, it's just, since I've been playing, I never lost a take until last season. And it was a different feeling, and it wasn't something I was used to. And you really appreciate not appreciate. I mean, you just really understand how important this win is after you felt the loss to Georgia Tech.
So how much did you hear about it in the last 12 months?
I blanked it out of mine. I heard a lot about it in January and then all in the preseason hype when one of my teammates from high school goes to Georgia Tech, Jaquan Marshall, and he never let me hear the end of the game. And I mean, just leading the preseason hype with all the Georgia Tech this, Georgia Tech that. I mean, initially I was getting a lot of heat from about that.
Yeah, I know that there's always talk about how many rivals Georgia has. Auburn, Tennessee, Florida, this one. Where would this one rank, do you think, after being rounded a few years?
After the way last season went and having one of my teammates there, I definitely rank it pretty high because I always want to get bragging rights over him in high school because I never got to really hit him because he was our quarterback. And now that he's a B-back or whatever back they call it, he's ever going to be interesting and pretty fun playing against him.
Do you have a favorite game this year, whether it was last Saturday night with the 13, or did you still like those 5.5 TFLs you got at Vandy?
I still like the 5.5 at Vandy because I mean that was just a fun experience, and it wasn't cold, and it was just a different type game. I don't think anybody would love playing the triple option and have that as one of their favorite games.
The similarities, differences between Georgia Southern triple option, Georgia Tech, what applies this week, what doesn't?
One of the biggest things that applies from last week to this week is just the focus on eye control. I mean, because Georgia Southern is similar to Tech, but they're not. Some of the things they do is totally backwards from what Georgia Tech blocks, the way they block it. But I mean, it still was good work getting to play against some of the cut blocks, getting to see some of the reads that Georgia Tech will do this week, and I'd say it was beneficial for us to play Southern last week.
What do you think when they were able to get big gains? Mm-hmm. It seemed like Georgia Southern was, feast or famine thing, either a lot or not very much. When they got those big gains, what did y'all do wrong?
Eye control. That's definitely what it is. Eye control and focusing on your assignment, and if it's your job to take a dive, you got to take it 100% of the time. The one time you may jump out and make a tackle, you may think, "Oh, okay, I made the tackle last time. I can do it again." And that's one of the times where they'll hit you big.
How much is it stressed that that's exactly what they want? I mean, when you talk about being a hero and making a play that's not necessarily yours. That's what they want as an offense. Yeah. How much does the coaching staff preach that to you guys? That's what they're looking for.
They definitely preach that a lot because I mean they pointed it out watching film on some of the plays that we did make. We made it, but we still didn't do our right responsibility, and they harp on that in practice because that type of offense, I mean, they'll sit there and take 3 or 4 yards. They'll do that the whole game and just know that one of the times somebody will get selfish or somebody will get too excited and try and make a play, and it'll hit big for 60 or 70 yards, even a touchdown.
How many times did you get cut last game?
I got cut good once in the end zone by, I think, their fullback or running back. I had my eyes in the backfield, where I get to the quarterback and didn't look at the block in front of me, and he got me pretty good. But I think that was the only time that night.
Do you think it's any different than other games, or I mean, are they trying to do more? Will Georgia Tech try to do more?
I definitely think Georgia Tech will try to do more. I know for a fact that those linemen keep count of however many times they cut somebody. And I feel that's just that's like getting a pancake block for them. And I mean, you just gotta find a way to get around it and just protect yourself.
How do you know that? How do you know they keep count?
I've known some people on the team, and I know they keep count.
Do you know? How close is the line between cut block legal and chop block illegal there?
That's a hard line to tell. I mean, I know that some of them might not do it intentionally, but there over the last couple of years, there's times when I was engaged on a tackle where the B-back or someone else tried to cut you. I mean, and it might be a heat of the moment type things, but it's hard to tell. But I just hope the refs will be eyeing that pretty closely because I don't want to tear my ACL next week.
Jordan, what do you remember about the month off? Colton brought it up where he said that month was so long after that loss last year. What do you remember?
Yeah. I mean, that was just I remember Coach T was really hurt about that. He's one of the biggest Georgia fans. I mean, he's so involved with Georgia football, and he taught me the history of Georgia football. And to watch, to see him, his face full of sorrow and just sadness, I mean, that was just big because you've never seen it on Coach T's face. And I mean, that just showed me what this this rivalry means to all the alumni from both schools.
That's Joe, right?
Coach Terry.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Coach Rick downstairs described them as a 3-8 football team that could very easily be 8-3. Players looking at them that way?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely see the athletes they have and see what they can do. I mean, Justin Thomas is a great athlete. I mean, I feel like he's definitely been one of the better quarterbacks that Tech has had in the last couple of years. And I mean, they're still a dangerous team. When you look at the loss record, the win-loss ratio of teams, that's when you start heading down the wrong path to middle preparation of the game.
How much do you guys even try to prepare as well for Jordan in case he's got to get the call?
Can you repeat that?
The backup quarterback in case he's got to go if Thomas can't play.
Yeah, that definitely changes things a good bit. 'Cause, I mean, I'm used to seeing Thomas back there, and I never played against Jordan at all, and I've been watching a lot of film on Justin. So, I mean, it's definitely going to change some things up, and might change the game planning up, but definitely not too sure on that yet.
As you said, the wins-loss is not the same as last year, but are you seeing anything different from Thomas, or is he still as effective as he was last year?
I think he's still a playmaker. He's a smart guy. I mean, he's one of the, like I said before, he's one of the better quarterbacks, and I feel like he just runs that offense smoothly. I just feel like he's a good quarterback.
How much does being a senior